Well, the battery seems to be a complication sometimes for folks on the V-Star 1300. So I've done one video how to replace it, but you know, for some strange reason when I tried to do that with mine, it's like there was something stuck to the bottom of the battery. You know, it felt maybe double-sided tape or just, I don't know, gunk or something had gotten in there. So I got a gentleman requesting that he gets a little help, because he said he's tried to get his out of there and it just won't budge. So we're going to take a good closer look today, undo the terminals, everything, and, you know, take a look at the bottom of the battery, see, you know, was there some kind of double-sided adhesive there? You know, is that what the holdup is? So we'll get this thing started and see what we find. Just like normal, keys in, boop, boop. Seat up. That's the easy part. The hard part, honestly, is this little guy. So, you can just stretch it a little bit. It's always a pain in the ass. There you go. See, if you pull up on that one, because that one's, you want to leave connected, because that's kind of a pain in the ass. This one's a little bit easier to manipulate. So, once that's out of there, the tray comes out. Now, he said he couldn't get the battery out, so I'm going to assume him to be stone cold honest, and we are going to actually undo the terminals and everything here and see what the deal is. I'm using a Craftsman, made in USA, which is why it has a USA designator, 44808. And yes, there are still Craftsmen that are made in the USA. And it's just simple 10 mil fitting, easy deal. And that really came off kind of light. So that might have needed to be tightened down a little bit more. And you would be amazed how something that simple can cause you complications. Now, you notice I take the negative cable off first. That's a good general practice. Okay. And neither one of these was very hard in there. Alright. Bang, bang, bang. Now be very careful. You see how the hardware there, it wanted to come out of the fitting. And that really is a pain in the ass. And of course, that guy said, well, I'm going to be a pain in the ass too. That's okay. We'll get that. Alright. So now, it should come right out. And it does indeed. Okay. So, what do we have down here? Yeah, just a little bit, just a pad, and I don't know. So, it is a very narrow box. It is barely big enough for my cell phone, which is a Samsung J3, and maybe one other finger. So the box is really, really tight to the battery itself. So, nothing really challenging in that part. You know, simple strap here, and that's it. And the strap itself isn't even connected. You know, the strap is not connected to the battery at all, it's just looped around. So when you go to replace it, that guy can come completely off, just like that, and you put it on the next battery. So, now there is one other thought. It is a narrow compartment. In industry training, one thing they did mention was sometimes there will be a condition where your battery has overheated, or it has had some other kind of mechanical failure from the plates and it swells. Now that would make it harder to come out, certainly. There's a little bit of padding here, a little bit of padding there. There's also padding right there. So what you might want to do is take a look at the physical shape. You know, this right here, it should be fairly straight, but you see how it is there? Is it bent forward slightly? If it is, you know, maybe it's bowed in the container itself, because it's tight to fit there. If it swelled at all, that would make it more challenging to come out. So with the battery out, it's a lot easier to put that guy in. And hopefully, it'll stay right there. Blink, blink, blink. Okay. Back in there, no complication. Now, I do see some corrosion here. So, since we're here anyway, I'll go grab a little bit of sandpaper, and we'll take care of that, and then we'll continue on with the process. Well, got lucky on that little guy. Not much to help us out here until we put that very specialized nut back in. Whew. I was wondering what in the wide world of sports is going on. Whew. It worked before. Didn't realize that part had fallen. Didn't even hear it, to be honest. And you see, you know, it should be just a screwdriver, but in this case, just the tip here, because you want it tight, but you really don't want to overstrip that part. Alright, so you see that battery doesn't move very much at all, so it may take just a good studly tug. So I really hope this helps you out, sir. Well, reinstalled, back to normal. Take the seat, and you see the seat locks into that guy. That's pretty easy. A little more challenging one-handed, but once it slides in right there, and it's in there. So, well, that just about finishes up this project.